So to remove the headlining from this Volvo, the first thing I've done is actually remove the passenger seat. You'll see why later in the video, but if you want to see a video on taking that seat out, then I'll leave the link in the description to that one. But what I need to do now is to remove everything holding the headlining up. So that's the grab handles, sun visors, this centre light cluster here, the A pillar trim, B pillar trims and C pillar trims, the grab handles in the back, and the lights that are in the back as well, and also the seals that are around the end here. So the seals need to come off as well. So I'll start by doing the grab handles. They have a little cover that is just there, and behind we have a Phillips. So to pop off these covers, if you get something like a long needle pin, something quite small and sharp, and there we go. And behind is a Phillips. Put the screws back into the grab handle and put the covers over them, just so I don't lose the screws. And the sun visors, there's a plastic cover over the sun visor, and that just pops off like that. And again, it should be the same Phillips. That's two. And if you pull on the cable, you'll see the plug, and that just pops off. For the hook that retains the sun visor, that's just a Phillips as well. No, it's not a Phillips. That is a Torx. So this isn't a Phillips, it's a Torx, which can be quite annoying when these different ones. And that is Torx 20. So I'll pull that rubber off to there, and then I can release the A-pillar trims. You don't need to take them all the way off, you can just have them like that, just enough to get the headliner out of it. I've just popped this off here. So we have a Phillips screw here. And that just pulls off. I'm going to unplug the plugs. That one's off. There we go. Now the cable here that goes to the rear view mirror is just taped onto this bit here, so it just needs pulling away. You can retape it back on later. This blue plug here doesn't need releasing, that can stay on. It's just the green plug, and it's just a little pinch there. You can see my thumbnail there's a little pinch there, and that releases that. So that's completely off. So I'll move into this side now, do the same on this side, and then I'll move into the back. That cable's a bit tight at the minute, I'll leave that dangling. It's probably trapped by the headlining up here somewhere. So once I've released the headlining completely, that should just be accessible. So as you can see, we're free at the front, apart from this grab handle here, which I'll do now. So same again. So the owner has held this headline up with loads of pins, as you can see, and stuck everywhere. You just pop this off, it just comes off in one piece. This will just pop off, and it has just one plug. You unplug that and it comes away. This is just a cover, and it's not doing anything, So you might find in your car you have something behind here that's plugged in. It just pops off just the same as the light in the back. So I'm just going to pop off the B-pillar trims, just a firm tug and they come away. They're away. Now the C-pillar trims have this little badge on here which normally says that there's a screw behind it, and that just pops off. Make sure you don't lose that one. Quite easy to drop. I'll remove the rubber as well from this side. Just comes away in one big piece. You don't need to remove it all, just enough to get the headlining away. Now there's also 3 little plastic things in the back here, and they are holding the headlining in place. I'll suss them out in a minute. So it's just these in the back here now that I need to remove. There we go. So these in the back, they've got these 2 little prongs here. It's just half a turn or quarter of a turn, and they pull out. Quarter of a turn and pull out. Quarter of a turn and pull out. So we should be completely free now. What I need to do now is to do a little bit of manipulation of the headlining and get it away from the A-pillar and C-pillar trims. I don't think I needed to actually remove the B-pillar trims on this. No, I didn't. So you don't actually need to remove the B-pillar trims on this car. But what I do need to do is, there's still a cable attached to the rear view mirror. So that'll be plugged in somewhere inside the headlining. So I'm going to drop the front end, and then I may have to remove the A-pillar trims completely, just to be able to drop it enough to get to the cable and unplug it. But I think we're away. Just check everything. So I've now manipulated the headlining so it's actually in this position. And remember me saying that you need to take the front seat out, and this is why, because I'm going to get this headlining out of the front door. So you might not think it's going to go. Oh, there's pins everywhere. So I took the check strap off the front door as well, just to give myself a little bit more room to open the door, and just wiggle it out. There we go. So once it gets halfway through and it's actually past the centre column, the centre console and the brake, it should just, oops, I'm caught. So I've just made sure that none of the cables are snagged, and then out it comes. Oh, that's the headlining out of the car. They're a lot more flexible than you think. They do bend quite well, and they spring back to the original shape, so you can manipulate it. There's quite a lot of manipulation to get it in the correct position. It has to come out this way like that. So when you bend it, you can bend it with the shape of the headlining. Try and bend it the other way and it won't bend. I'll show you what I've had to do to get it out first. On the back of the headlining, all the cables are glued to the headlining itself. So I've had to just pull them away where they were glued. I just apply a little bit of glue when I put it back in, so the cables are in the same position they would be. Just a little bit of hot glue will be absolutely fine, or I could just put some tape on and tape them in place. It doesn't really matter as long as they're roughly in the correct position and all the plugs are going to the correct area. Now, I did have to unplug the cable on the rear view mirror. Now the rear view mirror, I'll show you, has this surround here. So the surround is just in 2 pieces and it just separates really easy. You just grab it at the bottom and you just pull away, and it comes off, and there is 2 plugs inside. If you undo the 2 plugs, you'll see where they are. They're a little bit fiddly because the screen's in the way and the rear view mirror itself, but yeah, unplug them and then you can free the cable that goes through the hole. So I'll now get this on the bench and start the repair. I'm sure you've noticed what it's here for. What I'll do before I take it in there is I'll remove the headline in here. It's full of pins, so hopefully all the pins will come out with the headliner fabric. So I'll put that straight into the bin. So now that I've got the headliner onto the bench, I need to remove all the old foam, prepare the surface for gluing, cut the fabric to size, glue it down, and then fit it back in the car. I've done lots of these in the past. I'm not going to film this video, but if you want to see me repairing a headlining, they're all pretty much the same kind of principle. There's nothing different about this one than there is about any other that I've done. I'll leave a link in the description to a couple of those, and you can check those out if you want to, if you plan on doing this yourself. That'll give you a good idea of how to do it. So I'll get on with this. So if you enjoyed that video, you found it useful, please hit that subscribe button. Or if you just liked it, just hit the like button. And I hope to see you again. Thanks for watching. Bye.